looks like he's expecting to win, so that's always a good thing.
Well, Leonidas is very excited to take this fight after his last performance here in Charlotte.
Ooh, Leonidas is moving good. I like the way Jacob's moving. Pretty relaxed, controlling the middle really well. Long on that jab, long on that jab. Oof. So that's what I'm afraid with Jacob. Jacob is expecting to land a lot of stuff. I think he's expecting a knockout, and I don't think, from what it sounds like, I don't think Leonidas is the guy to expect that from.
No.
And I like that Leonidas has had 2 knockouts to his record. That, that doesn't sound like a lot, but knowing that you can do that is so important in this game.
Leonidas seems to have that distance just right, just out of Jacob's reach.
Yeah, so what Jacob really needs to do is just keep laying that jab out there. If he's not laying that jab out there, not let Leonidas close to him, because I can see Leonidas is very patient. You can see it in his eyes. He's waiting for something, whether it happened in this camp or he's waiting to open up. I like both these fighters a lot. But Jacob's definitely
It's a nice check hook to the body there.
Yes.
That landed Jacob. Double jab coming in. Nice right hand by Jacob Cuevas.
I like that. So now Leonidas knows he's in there with a seasoned fighter in the making, if you will.
Jacob switching southpaw.
Good switch.
Switch southpaw, lands both of those punches.
So I would say Jacob definitely a more dynamic fighter. I see Leonidas, he's going to win with basics. I can see that. He's going to win with those basics, but he's got to keep that. There we go.
Nice jab.
He's got to keep that jab in his face. He's got to keep pacing him. If Jacob controls the pace, he's going to win, but if Leonidas can just figure out how to get the pace, he's going to do really well. I like the feints. I like the movement of Jacob. Jacob's really using that hand. But what I like about Jacob is
big right hand over the top lands.
Very nice.
Body shot back by Fowlkes.
That's what they need to do, is just sit there and keep trying to get those shots in. I like that Jacob, it just seems like he's controlling the pace of this fight just a little bit more by engaging. A good jab.
Good stiff jab there by Cuevas.
I think, I don't know if Leonidas got hit with something he didn't like, but he seems to have thrown a lot of big of those brawls after that short exchange earlier.
There's another stiff jab by Jacob Cuevas.
So now it looks like Jacob maybe is taking over just this round at least. Good little jab to the body. It looks like Leonidas is waiting. He's waiting on something big, and I don't think that's what he wants to do with Jacob, because Jacob seems like he's got really good head movement.
Leonidas can't win this counter-punching.
No. Jacob's just a little bit faster.
Big right hand.
That was the one.
Big right hand.
That was the one. What patience. Leonidas knows it, but he's a fighter. Come on. He's facing him. Always got to do a couple of good steps towards him. We got to fight. He's good. Beautiful. All right, so how do you feel?
So what happens there is we have a veteran fighter that got a little relaxed at the end of the round. The hands came down. Cuevas lands the big right hand. Let's go to the replay here, guys, at home.
He's setting it up with that long jab. He's been throwing that long jab, and you can see him get it set up, and then looks like Leonidas just waiting. Almost like a right overhand, right cross, a little bit of a mix. What he wants to do with Jacob, because Jacob seems like he's got really good head movement.
Leonidas can't win this counter-punching.
No. Jacob's just a little bit faster.
Oh, there it is.
That was the one.
Come down and went right over the top.
So what he's looking for there is when he's throwing that jab out, he's looking for the fighter to react to that jab. When he starts reacting to that jab, it's almost like you know it's there. So if you notice, it was a fast punch, but it wasn't a big overhand brawling punch. He kept his eyes on him. And sometimes, as you see, once you get that quick jab, you get him dancing to your game, it's easy to start really winning. It looks like Leonidas is waiting.
All right,
waiting on
round
something
2.
big, and I don't think that's what he wants to do with Jacob, because Jacob seems like he's got really good head movement.
Leonidas can't win this counter.
Now, did Leonidas get any kind of count in his last fight, do you remember?
No,
okay,
no,
cool.
it was a straight up solid 6-round performance.
So now I think it's Jacob's going to get in there. He's going to get some good rounds, but now I think he's just got to be patient. One of the problems.
Yes, absolutely. Let's be patient. Let it come naturally. Set it up. Let's see some of that poise and discipline that Dash Simmons just exhibited in that first fight.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing. Kind of stepping in.
He's trying for it again.
He's going for it again. And, you know, that's why he's here. So now he knows the right hand's here. But now you got Leonidas smiling at him. Maybe Leonidas, that's what he needed. Good left hook, good body shot.
What I don't want to see is Cuevas get a little wild here and open up himself.
Worst thing you can do is try for a knockout. Yeah, the worst thing you do is try for a knockout. I always say you throw every punch expecting to knock him out, knowing statistically it's not going to.
Yes.
You throw every one like it's going to. When you're really trying on him, you're exposing yourself. That left hook, I think Leonidas maybe hurt something in his corner, but he's landed it a couple times. There it is again. Yep, there's another one, another right hook, another right hook. He's gonna land another hit, another one.
Trying to tie him up, tie him up.
Good job. So now we just got to get in there. Cuevas got a little smile on his face. I like that. That's some composure. You see a little smirk on him. He knows he's got it. He knows he's just got to be patient. But he knows it's there. He can see it. Yep, there. He just knows it's open now. He's found a way.
But those are landing on the top of the head. That one that knocked him down caught him on the chin.
Yeah, so now he's just looking for him to just kind of look left when he should have looked right. And that's really what it's about. As long as he keeps flicking that jab out there, that right overhand's going to be there. See how he's pawing at that jab?
He's trying to parry it away.
Yeah, in his brain, he's thinking, hey, maybe I can keep the punch off my head, but he's got to keep his thumbs on his temples and just kind of stay there. But it seems like he recovered well and fast.
There, see, that was a counter that landed by Leonidas Fowlkes.
And that's just the sign of a veteran. Somebody who can kind of take those shots, get dazed, and kind of recover and still land some shots. It's a great fight, absolutely great fight.
Does Jacob Cuevas have the gas tank to go a solid 4 rounds like this?
That'd be interesting. Like I said, it's really interesting to find out because the problem is when you're trying too hard and not getting that knockout, it really catches up on you. But I believe he believes in that right hand, and I believe he's going to be a little more patient. Yeah, he's being a little more patient now, taking a deep breath. But Leonidas is a game opponent. I love this. A little bit of head movement, but now he's got to have his thing on it, you know? I think it's going to take one round on the stool to get him that nice spark back on that right overhand because, like you said, maybe he is feeling a little bit of the wear. But he's definitely looking for that right hand right now.
See, but that last round,
great jab.
That last round, we saw Cuevas step on the gas pedal at the last 30 seconds, right? Here we saw him just continue to move forward, but it wasn't as aggressive as he was in that first round, which makes me question that gas tank.
I was telling everybody, all my athletes, cardio is the only thing you really have control over in a fight. Everything else is pretty much chaos. I know you don't think that, but you know when you should have zagged, that's what usually happens. So I like that, but yeah, I'm interested to see who's kind of breathing harder right now on the stool. I mean, Leonidas seems pretty calm. Jacob's got a lot of movement in his upper chest. Like you said, a lot faster movement in his upper chest. Leonidas has a little bit slower breathing. We'll see if that becomes. How many rounds we got?
We got a 4-round fight here.
Okay, so we have 2 more left. What do you think these guys have to come out on this round?
So I think if you're Cuevas, you go back to being aggressive. He had more success when he was controlled and aggressive.
Yep.
When he was trying to finish things, it's when it got a little sloppy. Leonidas, on the other hand, needs to stay patient and find that opening. He landed a couple nice lefts off the counter. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, the biggest thing for Jacob right now is being patient because with 1 knockdown and 2 knockdowns, actually, 2 standing 8 counts, he's most likely going to win the fight, but that's what he's got to be here for. Okay, so that indicates that one of those shots got Leonidas. He's tying up, but that's a seasoned veteran right there. You can tell a seasoned veteran when they know when to wrestle, when to grab their opponent and maybe recover a little bit. But I don't want to see Jacob trading hook for hook.
No.
He's too good to do that right now.
I'd like to see him step a little more to his right and cut that ring. Nice jab.
He's staying long. He's getting his head out of the way.
Nice little check.
Yep. Yeah, I think Leonidas has got good stiff straight punches, but I think his only hope is really getting a left hook or a right hook, from what I've seen. And there was the right cross. Beautiful right cross. He's out of the ring. He's done. Amazing right hand.
Big right hand. Let's see if we got that on the replay here.
Really impressed with this kid, Jacob. He's got a bright future ahead of him. Great composure, great look, great movement.
Nice jab. Let's see how he sets this up.
Stand long. You notice kind of that Tyson jab, that jab where you put your head all the way out of the way and really reach for it. And I think that's where Leonidas has got good straight, good stiff straight punches, but I think he's only hoping really getting a left hook or a right hook with, from what I've seen. And there was
He split the guard there of Fowlkes. Fowlkes was stepping back, and he catches him with a straight right. That was not a hook.
Stiff straight punch, but short right too. Yeah, one of those ones we talked about. Short and fast. So short and fast.
Young kids at home, if you're wanting to learn how to throw a straight right hand, I don't know that you can find one much better than that.
No, you know, the beautiful thing is what you see from a guy like Jacob is, you know, there's a huge long right cross and there's that short fast one. That short fast one is just as dangerous, but a lot of guys don't use it.
All right, I'm going to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this super lightweight bout was halted at 1 minute and 8 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by way of technical knockout, still remaining undefeated in the professional ranks, Jacob Cuevas.